Thank you for watching Tommy's Musical Adventure. Please like and subscribe.
Remember those days. I remember those days.
Hello, Vinyl Community. This is Tommy, and welcome to another musical adventure. Today's adventure is a philosophical question, if you will. Now, before I pose this question, I want to set a few, I won't say ground rules. This video is not designed to anger people, to make people mad. It's just a question that I want to pose to you, the vinyl community, and I want you to ponder this question. I want you to think about this question and give it some genuine thought, because I'm going to say this. This isn't about killing or slaying a sacred cow or anything like that. I'm not trying to knock anyone's music down or anything like that. Those of you who watch my channel regularly know that I don't do that, and I'm not going to start now. I'm going to go ahead and preface, before I even ask the question, I'm going to preface this question with the thought that that this is an artist that I think most people admire. This is an artist that is beloved, even some people's favorite artist, and I feel the same way. This is an artist that I care about quite a bit, and I think is great. I think his work, his body of work, is of a certain quality, and I think that that this question is not designed to necessarily be critical. It's just something to sort of get the brain rolling a little bit. It's something for us to think about, something for us to chew on, if you will. I want us to really kind of ponder this question and think about it. Now, I'll go ahead and say this too. This question would absolutely probably apply to many, many, many artists. I picked this particular one because this is the one that came up in the discussion. So, here we go. Without further ado, the question that I want to pose to you, the vinyl community. And I want you to think about this. I want you to ponder it and comment down below with what you think. Make a response video. If there's an artist that you feel the same way about, make a video of your own. This is all part of what being the community is about. So I want to sort of encourage you to do that if you want to. But one day I was at work, and a gentleman came in, and a coworker, and we talked music quite a bit. And he's got a lot of good opinions about music and thoughts. And a friend of his posed this question, and so he posed it to me. And it was one of those things where you think about it and you go, you're probably right. As challenging as it may be, here's the question without further ado. Drum roll, please. The question is, if Tom Petty didn't exist, would the world be any different? Now, I'm saying this as a fan of Tom Petty. My buddy Sam St. John, who has a channel, Tom's probably his favorite artist of all time. Sam has even gone as far as saying Tom Petty probably hasn't written a bad song. And I might agree with that. Tom Petty's work is of a certain caliber, and it holds up. He is certainly one of the great artists. He's deserving to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He is, everything that you can say praiseworthy of Tom Petty is genuine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And so, like I said, this isn't designed to knock Tom Petty as an artist, to say anything negative about Tom Petty. This is a question that I want you to think about, and I want you to ponder. You can take a group like the Beatles, for example, and ask that same question, replace Tom Petty with the Beatles, and you probably could come up with a lot of different answers of how the world would be different. Now, sure, the world would be missing a lot of really great songs if Tom Petty didn't exist. But my thinking is more along the lines of, Tom Petty was in a line of people He definitely carried on some traditions, but is his influence so great and so deep that you take that away? You remove Tom Petty from the equation. Does it really change anything? So this is sort of a Back to the Future 2 alternate timeline. What would the world look like without Tom Petty in it, musically speaking? And I don't know that it would look too differently than it does now. Too much differently than it does now. I mean, you can take your Bob Dylans, your James Browns, even your artists like Elvis Presley, and you erase them from the musical landscape, and you probably have a very different musical landscape. But and like I said, there's probably a lot of artists you could insert in there. I'm picking on Tom because, well, Tom's a big deal. He's one of those people that is beloved by many, and so that's why the question is so thought provoking. Because if you ponder it and you think about it and just really look inwardly, is there a real answer? Now, and I'm not getting into the whole semantics of, I'm not getting into the George Bailey It's a Wonderful Life, what would the world look like without this person? But, I'm wondering, like, what is Tom Petty's long-lasting musical influence? And there's a lot of Petty acolytes out there, people that have sort of carried on in the Petty tradition. But is it because of Tom Petty, or could it have been any songwriter in that sort of working in that vein, if you will? I don't know. The question is, if Tom Petty didn't exist, would the world be any different? Particularly the musical world. What do you think? So give it some thought, ponder it, and let me know. I mean, if you come up with a great answer, I really want to know what it is, because I think it's one of those that when I pondered it, I mean, my first reaction was, what a ludicrous question. Tom Petty's great. We love Tom Petty. And then I thought about it a little more, and I started really thinking about it, and I thought, it's kind of an interesting question. And that's all this is designed to be. Tom Petty, God rest his soul, one of the great artists. And again, I'm not knocking Tom Petty by no means. I love Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And he gave us a lot of really great songs and a lot of really great music. So don't mistake my question as a knock on Tom Petty. It's just a question in general of what would the musical landscape be without Tom Petty. So if you've got a really good answer, and I'm probably expecting to hear from a few of you, and I hope that I don't rile anybody up, that you get so angry with me that, my goodness, what does he mean by that? But I just want it to be thought-provoking. That's all. That's it. It's just and even lighthearted, if you will, because the good side of it is that we don't have to live in a world without Tom Petty. There's a lot of great Tom Petty music for us to enjoy, and so that's the upside. It's one of those theoretical, kind of questions designed to just kind of get your brain moving a little bit. So let me know what you think. And if you're not so angry with me and you haven't subscribed to the channel, it's not all content like this where it's all like, oh, I'm going to tear down your favorite artist, because that's not what I do. I think any music that you listen to that gets you through the day, no matter what it may be, I think that's great. I think that we all have different tastes. I think it's what makes the world go around. There's a lot of artists that people love that I'm indifferent to, and there's a lot of people that I love that people are indifferent to. And it's nice to hear from those walks of life. So this question specifically talking about Tom Petty. Tom Petty didn't exist. Would the world look any different? So go ahead, answer the question, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I would say dislike the video, but don't do that. And let me know. And that's all I got for you. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.